Good morning, students. Database management system. Database management system. DBMS. Unit 1, Introduction to Database Management System. As the name suggests, the database management system consists of two parts. There are two parts. They are, first is database and second is management system. DBMS is a combination of database and management system. What is a database? To find out what database, what is definition of database? What do you mean by database? We have to start from data, which is the basic building block of any DBMS. Data is a facts or figures or statistics. Data means facts, figures, or statistics having no particular meaning. Data have no particular meaning. Data is any facts or figures or statistics. Example 1, ABC, this is also data. 19, this is also data, etc. A record means, a record is a collection of related data items. Record is a collection of related data items. Example, in the above example, the three data items had no meaning. 1, ABC, 19 have no meaning, but it is a record. But if you recognize them in the following way, then they collectively represent meaningful information. But above data is can be represented in another way. It has a meaningful information. Data is a facts or figures, and record is a collection of related data items. In first example, role 1 has a some meaning. Name is taken as ABC and age is 19. In above example, 1 ABC 19 have no meaning, but if you represent in tables, then it has a meaningful. Next, table or relation. What do you mean by table or relation? Collection of related records. Collection of related records. Role, name, age, 1, ABC, 19, age, DF, XYZ, roll number, and ages are there. This is a one type of table or relation. Next. Point. The column of this relation are called fields, attributes, or domains. The columns are called as columns. First column, this is first column, this is second column, this is third column, are called as fields. Columns of this relation are called fields or attributes or domains. The rows are tuples or records. The rows are tuples or, there are 3 rows. First row, second row, first row, second row. These are tuples or records. Columns are called as fields, attributes, or domains, and the rows are called as tuples or records. Database. What do you mean by database? Database is a collection of related relation. Database is a collection of related relation. Consider the following collection of tables. Consider the following collection of tables. First table is role, name, age, and second table is role and address. Role and years are there. Next, year and hostel. Age and hostel attributes are in different tables. Age and hostel attributes are in different tables. Age and attributes means column record. Age is one column and hostel is one column. Age and hostel attributes are in different tables. A database in a DBMS could be viewed by lots of different people with different responsibility. Database in a DBMS could be used by lots of different people with different responsibilities are there. This is an example. Employees are accessing data through DBMS. Employees are accessing data through DBMS. This is a central database. This is a central database. All peoples are access their information through this central database. This is a DBMS. First employee, payroll officer needs access to stock details. Next, customer service advisor needs to access customer accounts. Sales manager needs access to stock values. All these are persons take information through central database. Database in a DBMS could be used by lots of different people with different responsibilities are there. Next, is one example. Different people have different views. For example, within a company, in one company, there are 3 different departments as well as customers who each need to see different kinds of data. Each employee in the company will have different levels of access to the database with their own customized front-end applications. Each employee in the company will have different levels of access. Each level of company will have different level of access to the database with their own customized front-end applications, that is Python, Java. In a database, data is organized strictly in row and column format. The rows are called tuples or record. The data items within one row may belong to different data types. The data items within one row may belong to different data types. On the other hand, the columns are often called as domain or attribute or field. Columns are called as domain or attribute or field. All data items within a single attribute are of the same data type. All data types within a single attribute are of the same data type. What is management system? What is DBMS? What is database management system? Database management system is a collection of interrelated data. Database management system is a collection of interrelated data, and this is an interrelated data, database management system, and set of programs to access those data, and set of programs to access those interrelated data. This is a collection of related data with an implicit meaning, and hence is a database. It's a collection of related data with an implicit meaning, and hence is a database. The collection of data usually referred to as the database. The collection of data usually referred to as the database contains information related to an enterprise. Contains information related to an enterprise. The primary goal of DBMS is to provide way to store and retrieve database information that is both convenient and efficient. By data means no facts that can be recorded and that have implicit meaning. By data, when mean no known facts, that known facts can be recorded and that have implicit. This is a database management system. Database systems are designed to manage large bodies of information. Large bodies of information. Management of data involves both defining structures for storage of information and providing mechanism for the manipulation of information. In addition, the database must ensure the safety of the information stored. Data in database, there is information is stored for safety purpose. Despite system crashes or attempts and unauthorized access, if data are to be stayed among several users, the system must avoid possible anomalous results. Next, DBMS and the applications are there. A database management system is a computerized record keeping system. Database management is a computerized record keeping management system. It is a repository or a container. It is a repository or a container for collection of computerized data files. It is a database management system is a repository or a container for collection of computerized data files. The overall purpose of DBM is to allow the users to define, store, retrieve, and update the information contained in the database on demand. DBMS is to allow what allow DBMS allow the users to define, to retrieve, and update the information contained in the database on demand. Information can be anything that is of significance to an individual or organization. DBMS touch all aspects of our lives. DBMS touch all aspects of our lives. Some of the major areas of applications are DBMS are there. Been banking, in airlines, in the universities, yeah, manufacturing, selling, human resources. These are DBMS applications. Enterprise and information, all are all are applications. Sales, enterprise information, sales for customer product and purchase information. For accounting department, for payments, receipts, account balances, assets, and other accounting information. Human resources, for information about employee salaries, payroll, taxes, and benefits, and for generation of paychecks. Manufacturing, for management of the supply chain and for tracking production of items in factories, and inventories of items in warehouse and stores, and order of items for manufacturing. Online retailers, for sales data noted above, plus online order tracking, generation of recommendation list, and maintenance of online product evaluation. This is for online retailers. In banking, next, this is for all about enterprise information. Next. For banking, for customer information, accounts, loans, and banking transactions, credit card transactions, for purchase on credit card, generation of monthly statements, finance, for storing information about holding sales and purchase of financial instruments such as stocks and bonds, also for storing real-time market data. To all these are applications of DBMS. Universities, for student information, course registration, grades, information, enterprise information such as human resources and accounting. Airlines, for reservation and schedule information. Airlines were among the first to use database in geographically distributed manner. Telecommunication department, for keeping records of calls made, generating monthly bills, maintaining balance or prepaid calling records, and storing information about communication network. These are all applications in particular field. What is the purpose of database system? The purpose of data system arose in response to early methods of computerized management of commercial data. As an example of such methods, typical of 1960, consider part of university organization that among other data keeps information about all instructors, students, departments, and course, offering one way to keep information on a computer is to store it in operating system files. To allow users to manipulate the information, the system has a number of application programs that manipulate the files, including programs to add new students, instructor and courses, register students for courses, generate class rosters, assign grades to students, compute grade point, average GPA, and all these are problems are there in file system. This type of file processing system is supported by conventional operating system. File system is supported by conventional operating system. The system stores permanent records in various files, and it needs different application programs to extract records from and add records to the appropriate files. Before database management system, this is file processing system is there. DBMS were introduced. When DBMS are introduced, organization usually stored information in such system. Keeping organizational information in a file processing system has a number of major disadvantages. In file processing system, as compared to DBMS, in file processing system, there are number of disadvantages are there. The number of disadvantages are data redundancy and inconsistency. First, file process system disadvantage are data redundancy and inconsistency. Since different programs create the files and application progress over a long period, the various files are likely to have different structures and the programs may be written in several programming languages. Moreover, the same information may be duplicated in several places. For example, if a student has a double major, that is a major in music and mathematics, the address and telephone number of the student may appear in a file. Consist of student records of students in the musical department and in a file that consists student records of students in the mathematics department. This redundancy leads to higher storage and access costs. In addition, it may lead to data inconsistency, that is, various copies of the same data may no longer agree. For example, a changed student address may be reflected in the music department records but not elsewhere in the system. This is a data redundancy and inconsistency in the file processing system. This is a disadvantage. Difficulty in accessing data and data isolation and integrity problems. These are disadvantages of file processing system. Difficulty in accessing data. Suppose that one of the university clerks needs to find out the names of all students who live within a particular postal code area. The clerk asks the data processing department to generate such a list because the designers of the original system did not anticipate this request. There is no application program on hand to meet it. There is, however, an application program to generate the list of all students. This is difficulty in accessing data. Data isolation, because data is scattered in various files and files may be in different formats. Writing new application programs to retrieve the appropriate data is difficult. Next, integrity problems. The data values stored in the database must satisfy certain types of consistency constraints. Suppose the university maintains an account for each department and records the balance amount in each account. Suppose also that the university records that an account balance of a department never fall zero. Developer enforce this constraint in the system by adding appropriate code in the various application programs. However, when new constraints are added, it is difficult to change the programs to enforce them. The problem is compounded when constraints involve several data items from different files. This is a integrity problems are there in file processing system. Atomicity problems. What do you mean by atomicity problem? A computer system, like any other device, is subject to failure. In many applications, it is crucial that if the failure occurs, data to be restored to the consistent state that existed prior to the failure. Consider a program to transfer $500 from the account balance of Department A and the account balance of Department B. If the system failure occurs during the execution of the program, it is possible that $500 was removed from the balance of a Department A, but was not credited to the balance of Department B, resulting in an inconsistent database system. Clearly, it is essential to database consistency that either both the credit and debit occur or that neither occur. That is, the funds transfer must be atomic. It must happen in internally and not at all. It is difficult to ensure atomicity in a conventional file processing system. Next disadvantage is current access anomalies. For the next one. For the sake of overall performance of the system and faster response, many systems allow multiple users to update the data simultaneously. Indeed, today, the largest internet retailers may have millions of access per day or to their data by shoppers. In such an environment, interaction of concurrent updates is possible and may result in inconsistent data. Consider a department A with an account balance of $10,000. If two department class debit the account balance by $500 and $100 respectively of department A at almost exactly same time, the result of the concurrent execution may leave the budget in an incorrect or inconsistent state. Suppose that the programs executing on behalf is withdrawal read the old balance, reduce their value by amount being withdrawn, and write the result back. If the two programs run concurrently, they may both read the value 10,000, write back 9,500 and 9,900 respectively, depending on which one writes value last. The account balance of department may contain either 9,500 or $9,900 rather than the correct value of $9,400. To guard against the possibility of system, maintain some form of supervision, but supervision it is difficult to provide. Data may be accessed by many different application programs that have not been coordinated previously. Now, next problem is security problems for file processing system. Not every user, security problem, not every user of the database system should be able to access all the data. For example, in the university, payroll personnel need to see only that the part of data that has financial information. They do not need access to information about academic records. But since applications, programs are needed to the file processing system in a hawk manner, enforcing such a security constraint is difficult. The difficulty, among others, prompted the development of database system. In what follows, we processing system, file processing system. Some problems are there in file processing system, hence DBMS to come in our picture. Advantages of DBMS. What are the advantages of DBMS? There are many advantages. Controlling of redundancy. Data redundancy refers to duplication of data, that is storing same data multiple times. In a database system, by having a centralized database and centralized control of data by the DBA, the unnecessary duplication of data is avoided in controlling of redundancy in database. It also eliminates the extra time for process the large volume of data. It results in saving the storage space. Improve data sharing. DBMS allows to users to share the data in a number of application programs. Next, data integrity and security. DBMS allows the user to share the data in any number of application programs. Data integrity. Integrity means that the data in the database is accurate. Centralized control of the data helps in permitting the administrator to define integrity constraint to the data in the database. For example, in a customer database, we can enforce an integrity that it must accept the customer only from Noida and Miru City. Next, security. Having complete authority over the operational data enables the DBA, database administrator, in ensuring that the only mean of access of the database is through proper channels. The DBA can define authorization checks to be carried out whenever access to the sensitive data is attempted. Next advantages for database management system. Data consistency. Data consistency. By eliminating data redundancy, we greatly reduce the opportunities for inconsistency. For example, in a customer address is stored only once, we cannot have disagreement on the stored values. Also, updating data is greatly simplified when each value is stored in one place, while we avoid the waste storage that results from redundant data storage. Efficient data access. In a database system, data is managed by DBMS. All access to the data is through DBMS, providing a key to different data processing. Enforcement of standards. With the centralization of data, DBMS can publish and enforce the data standards, which may include the naming conventions, data quality standards are. Data independence. In database system, the database management system provides the interface between the application program and the data. When changes are made to the data presentation, the data obtained by the DBMS is changed But the DBMS is contains to provide the data to application programs in the previously used way. The DBMS handles the task of information of data wherever necessary. Reduced application development and maintenance time. DBMS supports many different functions that are common to many applications. Reduce application development and maintain time. Accessing data stored in DBMS, which facilitates the quick development of application. Disadvantages of DBSC. There are minimum disadvantages of this DBMS. It is a bit complex since it supports multiple functionality to give the user the best. The underlying software has become complex. The design scheduler should have through knowledge about the software to get the most of it. Because of complexity function, it uses a large amount of memory, and it also needs large memory to run effectively. DBMS system works on centralized system, that is all the users from all over the world access this database. Hence, any failures of the database will infect the all the users. DBMS is a generalized software, that is written book on the entire system, a rather specification one. Hence, some of the important applications will run low. Hence, some of the applications will run low. Next point is view of data. Next lecture, we have to come to view of data. Thank you.